This is Marvel Universe Greatest Battles comic pack, Daredevil and Bullseye. This is part of the third wave of 2011. Really great figures. I've reviewed them before, but I got a few requests to do it again in 1080p. And when I reviewed it, I just kind of started out, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better and more efficient at it. So I wanted to do it again. I like these figures so much. I felt that they deserved an HD review. This is one of the hardest figures to find right now, or one of the hardest pair of figures to find right now. I mean, they're amazing, phenomenal figures. I love them. They got great articulation, a great paint, great sculpt, great accessories. They're just phenomenal figures all around, both of them. And Marvel Universe has gotten a lot better at matching their two-packs better. And these two definitely go together. I would say this is arguably the best two-pack Marvel Universe has ever put out. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely in my top 5, top 3. Both of them, I would consider both of these guys the definitive version of Daredevil and Bullseye, hands down. On to them in a minute. Let's look at the packaging first, as always. I really like Marvel Universe packaging, and I really like their two-pack packaging. They always just pick a great image on the front, and just the way it's designed, and it's simply designed, I like it. They look great in package too. And fortunately, all the packaging and bubbling in there doesn't really hurt the figure. Sometimes that can bend a figure or warp it, but not in this case. On the back, you got a picture of the figures themselves and some pretty crappy poses. A small bio about their battle, and figures from the rest of the wave. Wonder Man and Quicksilver are the other ones from this immediate wave. Those are also reviewed on my channel. Comes with a comic, of course. This is Daredevil 132. I'm not a big Daredevil fan. I don't think I've ever read a Daredevil comic in my life, so I couldn't tell you much about it. Artwork's pretty dated, though. I would say this is from the 70s or 80s. Not really sure. Bullseye challenges Daredevil to a death match at a circus, and they call it Battle Beneath the Big Top. Alright, now back to the figures. Like I said, these are both very good figures. Both. They're both phenomenal. They're definitely a cut above most other figures in the Marvel Universe line. I do like Bullseye just a little bit better, so I'm going to start with him. He comes with his trademark throwing knife or throwing dagger, whatever you want to call it. It's made of a soft rubbery plastic. You can squish it and bend it a little bit, but I mean it's not that bad. The way his hand is sculpted, I really like that they gave him this this unique hand sculpting. So the dagger can fit in between his fingers, so he's holding it the way he usually does in the comics. That's how you should properly hold it. It fits into this little sheath on his back very snugly. Just sits right there. I really like that. It's a nice touch. I like that a lot. Get this back in his hand. He also comes with a handgun. Nice detail on that too. That's also made of a soft rubbery plastic. It's a little hard to get into his hand because it's soft and his hand's hard, so it's hard to get in there. But once you do, it fits in there very snug. I mean, it's not going anywhere. And as you saw, he's got a great trigger finger. He's got a holster on his left leg, and it fits in there very nicely. Again, very snug. The holster is a separate piece, and it's tied around his leg. But it really, I mean, it doesn't get in the way of articulation. Almost not at all. Alright, so on to the sculpt. It is a recycled sculpt. It's recycled from the Jim Lee Cyclops from 2011, and it's been used since on Commander Rogers and the new Submariner, but I don't really mind it. This is definitely my favorite Marvel Universe sculpt out. I mean, it's awesome. It's got great muscle definition. All the joints are real tight and pretty much nicely hidden. So, I mean, I really like the sculpt. The paint application on it, the black part, I mean, it's just black. There's not really any muscle definition or shading or toning anywhere in the body, but I don't really mind that. In fact, I quite like it. The body has enough definition and good sculpting that it doesn't really need it. I mean, it stands out on its own. I would have been disappointed if they gave it the blue washing, because a lot of times they can't get that right. So I'm really happy with the way it is. The white parts, that's just a flat white, but it has this really good looking blue washing all throughout. Usually when they try to do the blue washing on white and on black, like I just said, they usually just can't get it right, but I mean, they nailed it in his case. It's not too much, I mean, it's just enough, and it just looks great. It's like the perfect amount, very subtle, but it's still, I mean, it really adds a lot to the white parts. The black lines can be a little sloppy, so watch out for that when you're buying it. Only real problem I have with the paint is the ankle joint is black. They could have fixed that up with a little bit of white very easily, but they didn't. But that's not a big thing for me at all. I mean, I don't even consider it like a big deal. I mean, the rest of this figure is just, it's such a lovely figure that, I mean, it doesn't bother me really at all. The head sculpt, I love it. He looks, I mean, that looks just like Bullseye. He's got, look at that little like devilish smirk he's got on him. I mean, he does look a little psycho. The shape of his head, the back of it, when you push his head all the way back, it kind of hangs off his neck like that, so he looks a little alien, a little weird, but I don't really mind that much. The bullseye on his head is sculpted in there, so if you run your finger over it, you can feel it, and then it's gone over again in paint. When you're shopping for this guy in the store, make sure that's neat. Make sure all those circles are nice and neat. Make sure it's just not like one green round circle on there. I mean, sorry, one big white circle on there. Make sure it's actually a bullseye. And also the little holes in his mask, make sure that's nice and neat. Make sure there's no black bleeding onto his skin and vice versa. And make sure his eyes are nice and straight. You really want these guys to look their best. They're such phenomenal looking figures, and you want to get a good one. Alright, so I mean, he's a very tall figure. Like I said, he's that same sculpt as Cyclops and Commander Rogers, and they're very tall. I'm really glad they went with this sculpt. I mean, here, let me look at that. It's a lot taller than Multiple Man. I'm really glad they went with this sculpt instead of that one that they used in the 2009 version. If you want to go to my other review, my first review, I compare him to that Series 1 version, and I mean, he just blows him out of the water. Crazy. He's got amazing articulation. He's fully loaded. You can't get any better than this. He's got a ball hinge head, ball hinge shoulders, swivel bicep, simple hinge elbow, swivel wrists, ball hinge chest, swivel waist, ball hinge hips, swivel thigh, double hinge knee, swivel boot, and a swivel hinge ankle, so that can go down and up and out to the side and in like that. If you're thinking like, when is he ever going to put his foot like that? Well, that's for if you want to get him in like a really wide stance. You can bend his ankles in, and they'll still stay flat to the floor. These guys are both really solid. Bullseye is really solid. I mean, you can stand him up without a stand. I mean, pretty easily. That's a nice touch. It really is. That articulation is just phenomenal. All right, let's move on to Daredevil. Like I said, I like Bullseye a little bit more, but I mean, Daredevil is still a great figure in his own. I think on paper, Daredevil might seem like the superior figure. I mean, because they're pretty much tied, but Daredevil has a little bit more complex paint than Bullseye, but I still like Bullseye better. I think it works very well for him. He comes with 2 baton, very accurate to the comic. Let me show you these guys. They even got the 3 notches at the top. They can peg together, or you can use them apart. Make them one big baton. I prefer to have them in 2. These will fit into the pouch on his leg. It's made of the same stuff that Bullseye's pouch is made out of. These will fit in there. It's a pretty pretty tight fit in there, so I mean, you really have to push hard to get them in there. And I feel like if you push it, you can kind of see them poking through the side. I mean, you can see them kind of poking, pushing the material out. So I usually don't keep them in there. I feel like it's such a tight fit that if they were in there for a long time, it might dry and tear. So I tend to have them in his hands. I mean, he looks great with them, and he's got a very firm grip. Now the pouch doesn't impede his articulation at all, just like Bullseye's. It is a separate piece, but even though it's tied to the hip, it doesn't hurt really at all. Now he shares the same sculpt as Bullseye, that same Cyclops sculpt, but I don't really mind. They both have such great unique paint each, and just all around they look different enough that I don't really notice that it's the same sculpt. So I'm usually really mad about how Marvel Universe recycles too much, but not in this case. Alright, I'm not going to spend too much time on the sculpt because it's the same one that Bullseye has, but I will show you the paint. I mean, it's just that base dark red color that Daredevil's known for, but it's got great, really dark shading and toning all along those muscles. It's a really superb paint job. That dry brushing and washing, I mean, it looks great. All those muscles are very well defined. And almost each figure that I've seen in the store looks different. I mean, it's all very unique per each figure. It really is. The Daredevil sign on his chest, it's flawless. It's put on there perfectly. It's not messy at all. I think it might be a decal or screen printed on there somehow, but I mean, it looks great. It really does. The head sculpt, I mean, he really looks like Daredevil. Look at that. I think they nailed the head sculpt just like Bullseye. He does have the big head at the back, and it kind of hangs off his neck like Bullseye. His horns look great. I mean, the perfect size. It looks just like him. He's got the trademark red eyes, of course, and those look phenomenal as well. The black detailing in the paint around his face, it can be a little sloppy on some. I have seen some that had a little bit sloppy, so when you're looking for him, make sure it's not, the bridge of his nose especially, make sure that's nice and neat. And I've also seen that the black detailing can be a little bit lopsided, a little bit asymmetrical, which isn't a big deal. I don't really mind, but I can imagine having one of them that was just way too lopsided, and it just looks silly. He is the same sculpt as Daredevil, like I said, so, I mean, he's tall. He is really tall. This isn't by multiple man. I mean, he's like a good half a head taller than him. Articulation. Let me show you his articulation. It is the same as Bullseye, but I want to show it to you anyway so you can see how it works on him. He's got a ball hinge head, so a 360 looks up and down, and you can move him back and forth. Ball hinge shoulders, swivel bicep, simple hinge elbow, swivel wrist, ball hinge chest, swivel waist, ball hinge hip, and this pouch doesn't hurt at all, swivel waist, double hinge knee, swivel boot, and a swivel hinge foot. So if you get him in a wide stance too, you can still, I mean, he stands very solid. Stands just as solid as Bullseye does. You can get these guys in some sick poses. This sculpt helps a lot because the hip inside that socket right there, it's really tight. So I mean, this leg's not falling off. I know, like this mold, if you bend his leg too far, it comes off. But I mean, neither of these two guys have that problem. Alright, so final thoughts should you get these guys. I'm going to give you a resounding yes. I think anybody will like these two figures. Like I said, I'm not a Daredevil or Bullseye fan really at all, but I love these figures. These guys are both great figures on their own. Even if you're not a fan, they're phenomenal. I really recommend them. I don't think anybody will be disappointed with either of these two figures. They're definitely the definitive versions of them. If Bullseye, if they painted in that ankle joint, I mean, these guys would be near perfect, for lack of a better word. I do recommend them. You can get them online, definitely. I've been seeing the online prices come down to about $20, $22, but I mean, you can start finding them in retail now. I found a couple of them at Target, and I actually have an extra one for trade if anybody is interested in a trade. Alright, well, I don't know if you know this or not, but Marvel Universe released even more pictures of their new 2012 figures on their Facebook page. I'll give you a link. They're the official promotional pictures, and they look really cool. Alright, well, I hope you found this helpful. I hope you can find this set, and until next time, keep collecting.